I was about to say good morning, Banjo Race chat, but it's actually afternoon where I'm at now, and probably most people, because I think most people are Eastern anyway. Welcome to a hot race today. We got Duck versus DeDeLux. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Yeah, so long time since you guys have done any races on the channel, for sure.
It's a little bit, yeah.
How does the Banjo-Kazooie... Duck, you were saying last week you did a bunch of races, or a bunch of runs, at least. But,
yeah, I mean, this last week I haven't done anything, haven't streamed. And then the week before that I did a ton of Banjo runs and they were all terrible. So I'm in the zone right now.
Yeah. But Dee, have you been doing any Banjo practice at all?
You know, I've spent a lot of time in Mad Monster Mansion, but besides that, I haven't done a full run in like a week or two.
You got a good Mad.
so my
Mad
mansion's
Monster
what's about to go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. Dee got a good mansion.
So it's last time I think I caught you live, like playing BK. You were dressed as the Pope, so
That sounds about right. I'm sure that probably happened.
Anyway, luckily for us, this is a winner's bracket match, so the loser of today's race is not out of it. They're going to drop down for a second opportunity, but we'll get more into that when we actually know the results. So, are both of y'all ready to get started?
Yeah.
I am ready.
Perfect. I'll count you down, and then we'll get her done. So, 3, 2, 1, go. And
all right.
Good luck to you.
Good luck, Dee.
Alrighty. They are getting ready to go. I'll bring up one audio. We have a little bit of a delay today because for some reason I couldn't get the streams all, perfectly set up. But either way, excellent race today. Not that the last race we didn't see wasn't excellent either. As the tournament is kind of reaching the, funneling. You're still on starting soon? Oh, shit! I forgot to change the layout. I forgot to change the layover. I had my Discord open, and my Discord entirely covers my OBS window on this day. Hey, I woke up like an hour ago, okay? I got off work at 5:30 in the morning, got a hot, 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Now here we are. Harpy knows the pain. Anyways. I don't even remember what I was saying before, but either way, I was going to say today's bound to be a hot run. Oh yeah, as the tournament funnels towards its conclusion, a lot of the PBs we see, and I mean the race we saw last time, Hag versus Crosby, was pretty good times, Hag being in the loser's bracket, so. Be better, wow. I'm feeling the scorn. Alright, pretty close Spiral Mountains from the two of them. Dee lagging behind just a teeny tiny bit, but that could change when we see their bottle skips. I'm expecting a double. Oh! Both of them just barely failed it. I was about to say I'm expecting 2 bottle skips, but we got no bottle skips. Thank you, D Sang, for the Prime Gaming sub. Enjoy your cheer emotes, which might get updated someday. Anyway, Dee taking a little bit of a lead on Duck. Oh, and rounding the corner, Duck's got the lead now. And okay, I was about to say Dee not skipping the second text box. perhaps causing a little bit of lag. You never know. Hard to say. Alright, so I'm gonna have absolutely no idea where DeDeLux is with his PB. Duck's running on his PB splits, but DeDeLux said that he doesn't, on the computer he's using, he doesn't actually have like proper BK splits, and so the only splits he has is a Grunny's Revenge splits from like several years ago. So, yeah, he's currently running on Banjo-Kazooie Grunny's Revenge splits. And all of the splits are blank anyway, so... Duck, DeDeLux. I don't ever remember playing that when I was in kindergarten. I'm sure it would have been a much crazier game. Alright, hopefully the game's not too loud compared to me. I feel like I'm hearing it pretty loud, but my headphone settings are different than my like computer like output settings, so it's hard to tell what you guys are hearing compared to what I'm hearing. Ooh, DeDeLux with a little bit of a volume is good. Perfect. Just what I like to hear. Oh! DeDeLux missed the first orange switch. Audio seems good. Excellent. It's always good to have a second opinion. Is DD gonna get pushed out of the way of the Jiggy there? Oh, just barely. I mean, not that it like wastes a whole lot of time. The Jiggy like lands almost as soon as you gain control, so it's like maybe like a quarter second, I would imagine. Alright, DD with the one singular egg shot, keeping his eggs in check. Unfortunately, the one egg shot missed the first time, or, you know, Conga did the whole thing where he beats his chest. Or doesn't beat his chest, I don't know. Either way, pretty sizable lead in this Mumbo's Mountain from Duck. But again, super duper early. TTC is where things can like start going wrong for sure. We've seen a lot of things happen in the flight sections. Excuse me for the yawn, but that might be happening throughout. And Sandcastle, that's right. You know, I don't want to like, you know, jinx it or anything, but I think one thing that we haven't really seen, maybe once, is people landing on the alcove Jiggy in the middle of TTC, the one on like the back alcove. I feel like most people have been able to get that one in midair without landing, and I remember that one always giving me personally a lot of trouble when I was learning the game. Obviously, I think most people in this tournament are more experienced than, you know, just learning the game. But I think there have been a few. Yeah. I've tried to like catch every race, but I mean, you know, I don't have the greatest memory regardless of how long the tournament has been going on for, so it's one of those things where I've probably seen it and just like forgot. Alright, Duck going for the classic strat, jump off the platform. Meanwhile, DeDeLux going for the newer age strat, where you get into... Oh, we could have jumped the first time, I think. The water level wasn't quite high like to the highest point when he got out of the water, but it was getting there. DeDeLux leaving the level in Talon Trot too. Oh, he's doing this strat. Oh, that's nice. I like that. I'm surprised Duck doesn't go for that one too, but I wouldn't be shocked if it doesn't save any time. Man, I really should have bought like an energy drink or something. It's, hindsight is 2020, right? It's like, yep, that definitely would have been the thing to do. Coffee as well, yeah. I'm not much of a coffee drinker. Got any B12? No. I have a bag of shredded cheese in my fridge. Does that have any vitamins or, you know, alertness things? I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. That was a nice sink. Too bad it was on the wrong loading zone. What's the word I'm looking for? There's like, you know, depressors and stimulants. There we go. I don't know if that's the opposite of depressor, but that is the word I was looking for. People knew what I was talking about. I do have a lot of hot sauce in my fridge too. I'm sure enough of that would stimulate stimulate the brain somewhat. It's like take a shot of something. Hello, Willowtron. You know, not to be a company shill or anything, one hot sauce that I've started eating a lot of lately, which I actually really like, is the new Tabasco Sriracha sauce. It doesn't taste like either one, but it's got a really nice flavor to it. I've probably talked about it on this stream before, but that stuff is like, it's not the hottest, but it's, you know, it's a really tasty hot sauce. I don't know, I have a feeling it would probably stimulate the brain if I'm sitting here in front of y'all just going like, ah, I'm dying. But I don't have any hot sauce that's that hot in my fridge. I would just mostly be like, saucy. It doesn't taste like Tabasco though, Harpy. It doesn't, it tastes more like Sriracha than it does Tabasco, but it has like the peppery flavor of Tabasco with like, I guess, the pepperiness of Sriracha. It's weird. It's a weird flavor because, like I said, it doesn't taste like either Sriracha or Tabasco. Because I was like, it'll probably taste like both, but I was wrong. It shouldn't be too hard to find. I think it's pretty new. But if y'all hate it, don't blame me. Let the buyer beware, you know. Both these runners having pretty good TTCs so far. Not a whole lot to comment on. And it's funny because it's funny seeing Duck doing like the classic strats that we've seen from, you know, like every runner years before. Meanwhile, DeDe's doing all the new strats. you know, Talon Trot for the Termite Jiggy. He did the newer strat for the Lockup Jiggy and the Note as well. That's why I decided to try this, because we had Sriracha for like 2 weeks, and then it disappeared again because, you know, the company is apparently screwing the pepper growers or whatever. On a side note from the hot sauce, it's funny, whenever they seem to be making the exact same mistakes too. Like, every time I see Duck make a mistake first, because, I mean, he's in the lead, he'll do it first, DD always seems to mimic. They both had the same problem going into Nippers as well. It's just funny how they're mimicking each other. I like that. That's something I learned from watching Hot Ones, is that hot sauce graphics are like, they can be really nice. Yeah, I mean, it's been in the news for like years now at this point about the Sriracha shortage. And by years, I mean probably like a year and a half or so. Oh, Duck missed the Jinjo. The classic Jinjo jumped. DD did the same! Except he was just way too high. DD was way too high there. See, it's like I said, when one runner makes a mistake, the exact same thing happens the other way. Oh, except this is a much bigger one. DD landing on that Jiggy is pretty big. They're screen peeking each other's races. I mean, it would have to be DD just screen peeking Duck, right? Because he's the one mimicking Duck. Scripted race. I like that DD cut his jump a little bit short just so he could make the lockup. Even though, you know, who knows if he would have made it or not, but he made it. The only thing I don't like about really good hot sauces are that most good hot sauces are from like small companies. And because they're like small batch hot sauces, they cost like an arm and a leg for a bottle. It's like I always want to try the really hot ones made with exotic peppers and flavors and whatnot, but it's like when I have to pay like 12 bucks for like a 250 ml bottle, it's like, do I really want that? No, I haven't. The only Canadian grower hot sauce I think I've tried are the Pepper North ones. But even then, things are like super expensive over here because I'm on an island and so everything has to be kind of imported. It's just like an added cost of living here. Yeah. The Hot Ones sauce. I've never seen the Hot Ones like frozen products, but they're probably at our Walmart. I just haven't like gone there. Apparently the Hot Ones sauces are really tasty. Like, a friend of mine said the hottest hot sauce he's ever had was the Last Dab, but it tasted really good too. Which island? I live on Vancouver Island. In Yield West. Yeah. I mean, again, I'm a bit of a hot sauce weenie. Oh my god, why did DD jump there? Alright, DD's cycle is pretty off now. I don't know why he jumped there. There was no way he was making it under that grilled champa. That was pretty scary too. You were in Victoria Salt Spring a few weeks ago. I've actually never been to Salt Spring, but I've heard it's a pretty chill community over there. But yeah, I live in Victoria, so. I'm a hot sauce weenie. I love the taste of it and I love the heat of it, but there reaches a point where if I eat it and it's just unpleasant, like I just can't taste any of my food. That's how I imagine the last dab would be for me. Like I don't have that high a tolerance. It's a really cool underwater cycle from DD, making his cycle work. And then by the time he's like grabbed all these notes, he'll kind of have met Gloop halfway, and he can just kind of go straight up for a bubble. Yeah. Despite falling off at the beginning, that was a pretty good backup, I would say, or it just happened to work out. Yeah, I mean, even for me, like, I'm not a huge fan of just like jalapeno is like where my level caps for most things. I mean, there's a lot of recipes where I like chopping up Thai chili peppers, and you know, I like serrano peppers in like fresh salsa, but most of the time I don't cook with much spicy anything other than like cayenne pepper. But ooh, duck almost making it to the box, but not really. Cayenne pepper is a much staler flavor than using like real fresh peppers. Cayenne pepper just like makes things hotter. It's like -1 flavor +1 spice. It was pretty funny from DD. Like, got into Talent Trot on the box, but like slid off into the water. At least he didn't quick dive. That would have been bad. But I imagine he was holding Zed because he wanted to backflip. Or I guess he didn't want to backflip, but smacked by the whip crack, losing the 21. Yeah, exactly. I mean, any dried spice I wouldn't consider, like, even if it was quote unquote fresh, I wouldn't consider it fresh. There's a certain flavor that comes in using dried spices that I like. Ah, Duck! Duck did the same thing DD did. Well, sort of. That was a really nice bolt jump from DD. Well, at least that's not a big mistake. He only missed a couple of the notes there, so he can always just kind of grab him right at the end after getting the Jiggy before mutant snippets. However, he's definitely not making whatever cycle he was on. I mean, it's a Canadian thing, right? Being Canadian binds you to the yo-yo the yo-yo back and forthness of switching between American and English language, right? It's the curse we all must bear. Alright, DD with a really nice cycle on the bolt, so that's gonna save him a bunch of time over Duck. Plus getting the notes on the backside of the level. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that, like, if you mess up anything in Clankers, all of a sudden, like, you know, it's just the cycle time, right? If Duck has to wait that entire cycle, then DD's just up a cycle, and that's like, what, 8 seconds right there? And I mean, even though Duck's like an entire room ahead of DD, he's still not really that far ahead. It's like maybe 30 seconds. Yeah. I mean, it does defy all logic, right? You see the blades and you're just like, nope, how can you run through those? Yeah, exactly. So I gotta say, even though like in TTC and MM, both, like, you know, Duck makes a mistake, DD makes the same mistake. I actually don't know if I can say that DD's mistake at the beginning was that much worse than Duck's. That was an interesting quick dive. Because, I mean, Duck got knocked off by the Grill Champa and then lost the cycle, but DD hadn't even started on cycles back then, and he kind of made it up for doing his own, like, gloop thing, which looked pretty good, so... I don't know, it's hard to say who lost more time there. Oh, there's no way those eggs are hitting that crab. Oh! Okay, the egg made it down. So a little bit of a flub there, but we bounced back. Alright, both of them going for the honeycomb first, Jiggy second. Which I believe saves time due to lag. Not entirely sure on that one. But I think it's like a frame, right? Like singular. And DD had a lot of air there. Yeah. Enough for me to mention just so Asmi doesn't get upset, but not enough that I care. If the frame doesn't prevent you from getting world record, it's not a frame you need to save. Oh, DD barely missing getting into Talon Trot there with the classic flutter Talon Trot loading zone. Alright, it's time for dual FP earlies. Are both of them going to nail it, or are we going to see the same oopsie doopsies that we've been seeing every now and again? Hey, Blasty. Alright, Duck takes off first. We shall monitor. DD accidentally hitting the shoes. Alright, Duck makes it through. Looks good to me so far. Excellent FP early. Alright, now it's DD's turn. A little, ooh, pretty far away from the slope, but still makes it. Looks good too. Both of them having almost the exact same movement. Love it. Two very good FP earlies. Not sure what happened to DD there, but I think he thought he was going to get boggy text or something like that, and so he kind of stopped pressing buttons, but... Or he tapped the L button, which if you're like in Talon Trot and you press L, I think it stops like all your inputs. BK is really weird about like skipping text. So I like in Banjo-Tooie you can hold your L button down with a rubber band throughout the run to like skip text whenever it happens, but in BK if you hold down the L button it like deletes any of the inputs in on your controller for whatever reason. Alright, good YOLO star from Duck. Both of them nailing the shots on the Christmas tree. I just love the setup for it. It's always nice to see it. Alright, DeDeLux with the YOLO star as well. Neither of them going for the new strat. Which apparently is a scam. And yeah, Willitron, I'm tired, so I can't remember if I already commented on that, but maybe I was going to, but that was when DeDeLux left Talon Trot. The idea of doing RBA and like doing Bubble Gloop at the end is like pretty cool, but saving Bubble Gloop for the end is like just so terrible. Like Bubble Gloop just isn't a fun level. Not that it's hard, but it's just not very fun. Shout out a Banjo Runner. I'd like to shout out Crosby. Unfortunately, Crosby had to exit the tournament after his last race with Hag, but he's been onboarded as a host for the tournament just in case any of the matches can't be done. So we might be seeing a match hosted by Crosby happen in the near future. Oh my god, I thought DD was gonna... Ooh, I don't think he needed to use a feather there, but better safe than sorry, I guess. Man, these are really fast snowman from DeDeLux. That was a really hot snowman section. A few of the recoils looked pretty awkward, having to like kind of blindly turn around, but he nailed all the snowmen, so I mean that's what counts in the end. Alright, now we got walrus stuffs happening. Wahey. Any Click Clock Wood earlies in this match? Maybe. I think Duck does it in runs. I don't remember if he's done it in, like, the tournament. Oh, we stopped doing it? Yeah, I would be surprised if DD did it. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Duck do it. Duck was talking a lot of shit this race. Something, something, clapping some cheeks. He was practicing the normal unlocking it a few weeks ago? Okay. Maybe he doesn't plan on doing it then. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to ask before the race. Just because you gotta keep your opponent kind of in the dark about what you're doing a little bit. So, you know, don't want to... You know, you gotta get in your opponent's head a little bit. I mean, it's, you know, just how you play the game, right? Hey, C-Mech, thank you for the raid. Yes, TSR, we all saw 8-Bit's video. And if you haven't, be sure to go to youtube.com and look up the 8-Bit Beast. He's done a lot of videos lately on Banjo-Kazooie glitches and like explaining how they work. His videos, all of his videos are good. He did a couple of videos on Mario Party RNG as well that were really fun to watch. I love videos that like explain stuff like that. Any sort of video like explaining, you know, obviously, you know, Bismuth has a lot of videos like that too. The famous Donkey Kong 64 speedrunner. But speedrun science is like, I love, like, figuring out how they work is like way beyond me, but I would love to just sit down and have someone like explain to me how stuff works in YouTube. I believe so. I think bit clips are the same from like Kazooie and Tooie. Just they're a little different, but they're almost the same. I think it's the same theory, just how it works is, oh my god, DD's camera. I think the theory is all the same, just how they're actually executed is a little different. Yeah. If you want to see like the maximum like pushingness of bit clips, Hyper Resonance has a you know, Brad Hyper has a 70 jiggy TAS, and then Ring Rush has made a lot of 2E TASes that are on his YouTube channel for 2E. Yeah, I could like I can't think of many other like technical explanation videos. I mean, most of the time I just kind of sit around watching, you know, historical stuff. Like, I like watching Carl Jobst and Summoning Salt and stuff like that. But I mean, who doesn't? There was, I can't remember what the channel was, but there was a YouTuber or Twitch streamer, whatever platforms he's on, but he made a history of the Crash 1 world records. That was a really fun watch as well. It's like just learning how a game evolves over time. Oh my god, Duck's so close. Oh, but he stayed ahead. So we're like exactly one boggy race different. Yeah, TSR, I believe that video was already done, but it got removed for reasons. Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember who made it though. I was trying to think of that like a couple months ago. But it was done in a really weird format. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Pretty good FPs from both of these guys. I think definitely the highlight of that for sure was like I saw Trep. Your name's so green that it just stands out in chat. So I tried to say DeDeLux, but I almost said Trep. Well, any percent, I guess any percent N64, any percent Xbox, because Xbox glitches right now are just like blowing open like Banjo-Kazooie. Oh, Duck did it! Look at that! Everybody look at that! Duck always gets angry when people backflip onto the post when you could just do that jump around like that. Alright, Duck gets late frame. Yep, DD does the backflip. That was a really long flutter too. Not sure why he waited that long. It's like the twirlies are not kind to Duck today too. Alright, DeDeLux, this is his chance to catch up. Duck stuck on the twirly. Oh, and he gets early frame. It's a much faster setup. Alright. DD's twirlies are pretty good. Just one more. There he goes. And he's in. Wow. That was a lot of time saved. Yeah. Well, not only the time saved over Duck. I was like, DD? But Yeah, Duck got stuck on that one twirly for a little longer than he probably would have wanted to. Well, actually, he got stuck on two of them. That one and the one after. Do they know how the other player is doing? They might. There's no rule against looking at the stream, so they could be watching the stream. But I have no idea. Yeah, so let's see, how far apart are they? Duck got that note at 4:31. Yeah, so they're about 9 seconds apart-ish right now. 10, 11. Okay, DD's having some problems here on the pad. But Duck's still managing to stay in the lead. His consistency is... Well, I guess it's not really... I guess it kind of is. Like, I'm looking at his splits, and his splits are pretty much staying the same. He did lose a lot of time right at the beginning of the run, because, well, we all saw what happened at the beginning of the run, but if you didn't, there was some flub-ups in TTC. Excellent napper skip from Duck. Teleported the door. Are we gonna see the same thing from DeDeLux here? Nope. The door remains intact. The jiggy dance remains danced. But still a close race. Like anything less than like, you know, 30 seconds is easily a great. The jiggle wiggle. What did we call it in the last race? The jiggy jig jaunt jive whatever. I remember there being a lot of J's. I don't know. Pink Spaghetti came up with it. Too many J's, I can't remember. I do like the jiggle wiggle though. Thank you for the meow. Alright, I like Duck making use of his health as a resource in this. You know, a lot of people would just kind of get out of the way of the ghost. But instead of just like getting out of the way, taking damage on purpose on the witch tiles to kind of, you know, keep on going. DD not getting quite close enough to the J. Of course, I guess it depends on if your health is good. Oh, DD did the same thing right there, so... Yeah, immunity frames. Doing it again. So both of them making use of the same strats in order to effectively, you know, not get in the way of the ghost. I mean, obviously DD had to dodge the ghost once when he was trying to go for the J because he missed it like 4 times. I know, right? When he's off screen, it's like, oh, where is he? Is he here yet? You just gotta remember. was about to say, is Duck going to be able to do this without killing the one Teehee? But no. I don't even think that's possible. I mean, I'm sure it's possible, but like not optimally possible, you know? Oh! Oh, wow. Oh my god. I didn't realize that put DD at 1 health. That was... Yikes. Is there a category where you collect all the skulls? I believe so. I think technically it's impossible to collect, like, every token because collecting certain ones despawns other ones. But all the ones that you can collect. How many tokens are there in total? There's like 123 or something like that. I don't know if that's right or not. That's just the word that, or the number that came into my head. $116. I think I just remembered 123 because 123 is a pretty easy number to remember. Yeah, there's two, right? I don't know if there's more, but there's the ones in MMM. And then there's the two in Click Clock in whatever season. How do you decide what stream to get sound? I arbitrarily choose one. Sometimes runners like to talk to their chats during races, but I think both of them are using clean audio for the race. So I could choose, you know, whichever one I want. I just happen to unmute DD's first at the beginning of the race. But if Duck makes it into Grunny before DD, then I'll probably switch to Duck for like Furnace Fun Grunny. Should he remain in the lead. Oh, DD falling off the top of the tower. Oh, DD. DD's not having a good top of the church. So yeah, I think that all of the lead that DD had kind of caught up outside the level has pretty much been squandered away. Just the small movements here and there, and I mean even bigger ones. Missing Napper Skip was a pretty big one, and then, you know, falling off the turret, one more loading zone. Missing notes here and there, having to jump back for them. Duck's had a pretty clean MMM so far. DD's nuts. And then there's a Lux in there somewhere. It's like a DeLux mix nuts. DeLux D's nuts. See, Duck's gonna save a ton of time on his splits here. Yeah, he was 2.5 seconds away from a gold split on his MMM, so Is this regarded as one of the best levels? It could be. I think most levels in Banjo-Kazooie seem to be highly debated as good or bad. Because I mean, there's like good for speedrunning, right? Is the level good for speedrunning? Does it have a good layout? Is it fun? Is it easy for the player on a casual level, right? Does the level have good aesthetic? I think for a spooky mansion in the middle of the night, it checks all the boxes it needs to. See, I really like RBB. Freeze Easy Peak and Rusty Bucket Bay are like my two favorite levels in the game. I mean, MMM is like up there. If we're making like a tier list, I don't even know how I would order them. You know, from A to C kind of thing. I don't think there's enough levels in the game to like make more than that. I mean, everyone's got that young gamer from the past bias, right? You know, you grew up with the game hated you, and now you hate it, right? You know, everyone's got those Water Temple, Ocarina of Time horror stories for their respective games. Engine Room does still suck, that's right. Water maps in games, yep. I mean, everyone hates the water levels. Yeah, Engine Room makes a lot more than just my palms sweat. You know, you go in there and all of a sudden, you know, knees weak, arms are heavy. You just gotta pray that the fans love you that day. Are they your biggest fans or are they your worst fans? Alright, see you later, Willowtron. Thanks for hanging around. The VOD will always be around if you want to catch the rest of the race. You grew up with Tui and you hated GI. Yeah, that's a big mood. I remember when I played Banjo-Kazooie or Banjo-Tooie for the first time, GI really stood out to me because it felt like such a weird level. Because, I mean, in Banjo-Kazooie everything is like outside. It's all big and free. I mean, the levels aren't that big, but I mean, you know, everything is very free. Same thing is true with Banjo-Tooie. Like, the levels are much bigger, but everything is like, you can still go anywhere and see anything. But the fact that Grunny Industries is split into multiple, like, floors that are really hard to access made getting around, like, a nightmare. Having to use the train to get in, the service elevator can only be accessed by the washing machine. You know, you need the springy step chute, or not, the claw clamber boots to kind of get around the level pretty easily. I mean, obviously speedrunning has a way to get it done. Yeah. It's just, it was hard, right? I felt the same way about GGM as well. But, I mean, because GGM is very enclosed, you can't do a whole lot in the main level. And it's like a tree, the way it branches off into multiple sections. And I mean, the level isn't very big. Like, you can go into GGM and, like, you can find everything just easy. But, I mean, the first time you play it, it's like, which way to go to water storage? Which way to go to train station? What does my layout look like? Like, even now, if someone dropped me in the middle of GGM and put me on the train tracks, I would probably have to, like, kind of look both directions to kind of figure out which way along the train tracks is the train station. Or the rail tracks, I mean. Which way is the train station, which way is the fuel storage. Hey, Dango. GI is fun. I mean, obviously I'm pretty biased as a Banjo-Tooie speedrunner. I think GI was a pretty nightmarish experience casually. I don't remember what it was like, but I used to do Let's Plays, and I have one of Banjo-Tooie on my YouTube channel that nobody should go watch ever. But one day I'll probably go back and see, like, what was this like, you know, before I started speedrunning? How did I approach this level, right? Because I don't remember. Nowadays I'll just be like, well, I'll just speedrun it. CCL is, like, fairly easy once you kind of look at the level. You just gotta remember where everything is, right? Because it's like on one side of the level you've got Pot of Gold, Cheese Wedge, and Dippy. And then on the other side of the level you got Trash Can, Wumba, and something. Duck's 106 ahead. Of what? He's plus 34 seconds on his own splits, so... Oh, of DD? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's so easy to watch people do CCL and just see them, like, beak bomb in a direction. Or, like, fly the wrong way. But, I mean, if you thought about it for a second... Ooh, DeDeLux just barely had enough eggs to finish this section. I didn't notice he was only on the exact amount of eggs. Also, hey Schlong. There's a lot of jiggies in Banjo-Tooie that are really confusing, just because of how you have to use the interconnectivity of the levels. Pig Pool Jiggy. It took me forever to figure out how Mumbo in Isle of Hags worked. Because obviously it only works if you have the Styrac and the train sitting there. Boggy's Kids, right? Because when you're doing it at the time, you want to finish the level. In Banjo-Kazooie, you could finish like every level the first visit. But then when you go to Banjo-Tooie, all of a sudden, almost every single level has, you know, things that you need to backtrack for. You know, whether it's, you know, some move or whatever. Uh-oh. Okay, DD made it up. Second jump. I'm terrible at those jumps. When will Rare come out with a patch to just delete gobies? Unfortunately, probably never. It's where dreams go to die. I would be much more on board with Rare deleting Bubble Loop Swamp. That is my least favorite level in the game. Is Gobies the most run-killing level in BK? I guess that depends on who you ask. If you're talking to someone who probably isn't that great at the game, you know, with like a 230 or higher, then sure, they might say Gobies is the worst level, or it's the most run-killingest. But if you talk to someone who's, you know, closer to that 2, sub 2, a lot of runs probably don't even get to Gobies. Yes, that's true. And then on top of that, there's Mr. Vile as well. You can do Vile without the shoes, but I mean the shoes are there, so you don't need to backtrack for it, but it like makes it easier. Alright, duck out of Gobies. I just think the level is boring, that's all. Zero beat. Duck can't be stopped. Oh my god, DeDeLux! Ooh, that's really bad, actually. Yeah. Gonna grab the shoes as a backup. Do this section first. Yeah, because otherwise he wasn't going to have enough health for sure. He's going to have to do the jump to the honeycomb with without shoes though now. Alright. See if DD has what it takes. Okay, take two. Not instilling confidence here. And he makes it. Good. Okay, he's safe. Saved. Pretty big time loss right at the end of Gobies. It was a pretty fast beak bomb setup onto Grabba, but... Oh, Duck thought he was safe. But the Champa had other plans. Now, as we, you know, decided everyone's favorite level here. Everyone waiting with bated breath as Duck enters the engine room. Which is actually, it's amazing how big the engine room is when you like compare like, you know, the field of view from the outside of the ship. Really makes you think. Alright, Duck makes it successfully through the engine room. Window clip being a bit of a go, but makes it out. Lots of time on the timer. TD's turn. Although I guess he has to do the room first. I know, right? You know, I used to think that RBB was my favorite track in Banjo-Kazooie. Like, easily. But then I started thinking, you know what? It's probably my favorite main level track. But I don't think anything beats the grunny fight. Grunny fight is just too goated of a theme. Yeah, watching Banjo speedruns, like, at all, there's a lot of crazy stuff that you can do in the game that you probably would never think of if you just, like, you know, never saw a speedrun. Alright, DD getting double tapped by the first fan, but we made it through the blades. Oh, that's... Oh, no! Oh, just barely. Yeah, doing it in Talon Trot, as people say it's free all the time, but as you see, it's not super duper free. Oh, and DD didn't quite... wasn't quite high enough and ended up hitting the death plane, so we don't get a void, so he's going to have to redo this first room now. So that's going to be putting Duck... Dude, that was a sick jump off the pipe. Did he do that the first time? Dude, that was awesome. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that before. And yeah, it does feel bad. And it definitely anchors Duck, like, pretty far in the lead now. But as we said before, you know, it's one of those, like, the good engine room giveth and the good engine room taketh away. Alright, take two. Got double tapped again in Talon Trot, but at least made it through that time, so engine room is now a thing, but a thing of the past, I guess you could say. After this, after this race, I should go make some breakfast, but I don't know what I want to have. Obviously, I'm limited by what's in my house, which is next to nothing. It's that interesting conundrum of living in a grocery store yet never owning groceries. Dee Dee. Uh-oh. He's gonna drown, I think. Oh, he did. Oh. Oh. Now that feels bad. Oh my god, Dee Dee. Oh no. You'd hard reset at this moment? Oh, I would have hard reset a long time before this. But yeah, dying to the oil. At least he... I mean, he still needs to come in here, but... Oh, that just sucks that there's so many notes. He has to do the fans again, but... And he still needs to get the Jinjo, too. Yeah, at least he doesn't need to hit the buttons this time. I probably would have done it out of just straight up muscle memory. Alright, that was a very clean engine room. Alright, made it through. Yeah, meanwhile, Duck just kind of cruising through the level. Yeah, there's that muscle memory we were talking about. Jumping into the lifeboat. But where was the token? Duck at that awkward 2 health, gonna be going into the anchor room. Gotta be really careful that he doesn't get bit by any of the grill choppers. Alright, fortunately the Ahoy guys are nowhere near him, so he's able to make in and out. Alright, made it back out, still only 2 health. The ball's on this duck. Which is a really weird thing to say, but it's just how I feel, you know? Oh! Wait, why was Dee Dee jumping back here? Oh, did he fall off? Or he just, like, didn't make it to the witch switch. There we go. Alright, Duck all done with the RBB. Only got 2 levels to go. One of them being you know, super gigantic, so still a ways. Still a ways. Anything can happen. And I think at this point, DD's gotta hope something does happen. Oh. Duck could get stuck on leaf jump for a million years. Okay, third try. Leaf jump is like the perfect example of like sunken cost fallacy. For me anyway. It's one of those tricks that's like no matter how many times you try it, you know that if you got it just one more time, or if you did it one more time and got it, you would save so much more time than going around. It's so easy to like set up and like do again, right? But I mean, you're not gonna get it. I mean, you'll get it eventually. Sorry. You'll always get it eventually, but you just gotta keep doing it. Alright, I think I decided. I just remembered that I had, like, you know, that bag of cheese in my fridge. And I think I have some eggs left over. So I think scrambled eggs with, like, you know, cheesy scrambled eggs. And some hash brown patties. I got those in my freezer. I think that'll be my lunch / breakfast. And a peach. I have one peach left in my fridge too. Nice and healthy because it's fruit. What was that grr from? Oh, I guess DeDeLux got a little too close to the grate on the one side. I think most people stay like super duper clear from it, so usually never hear anything. Millions of peaches. Peaches are like one of those fruit that I'm not like a big fan of the taste of peach. Like artificial peach flavor, natural peach flavor. I don't dig it. But I really enjoy eating peaches. I don't know what it is. Hey Esper. Long time no see. Oh, Dee Dee's in the same situation Duck was in with the 2 health going into Anchor Room. Peach lemonade? I have never heard of peach lemonade. You know, everyone always goes for the pretty standard, you know, pink lemonade, raspberry, strawberry. was a pretty fast spring clip. Alright, DeDeLux made it out. No more accidental deaths, please. I guess there's also like blueberry lemonade stuff. But yeah, I've just never heard of peach lemonade. I mean, it kind of sounds like it would be good though. I mean, lemonade mixed with any flavors, like, you know, no matter what fruit is in it, it just tastes like lemonade. With like a hint of something else, just because, you know, that sourness is like just so strong. But I guess that's kind of the point, right? Because what kind of lemonade would it be? Oh my god, that was so close from DD. But I'm like, I love sour stuff. I remember years and years ago, I was making myself like a lemon meringue pie. And I could not put enough lemon juice into my filling. Like, you know, do it, mix it up, taste it. Nope, not sour enough. Do it, mix it up. And by the time I got it the way I wanted it, it was one of those, try it. Nope, now it's not sweet enough. And I ended up, like, just with so much extra. But I finally got it to the way I liked it. But nobody else, nobody else could eat it because it was so sour. I think I kind of like, you know, missed the point of a dessert, you know, with that. But now I follow a recipe and then throw in like an extra cap full of lemon juice or something. You know, an extra wedge, something like that. It's been a long time since I've made like any sort of like pie or dessert or something like that. I think it's mostly because like I live alone and I know that like if I made some big dessert or something like that, it would be me that's eating it. And so it's just one of those like, do I really want to eat like an entire cake? Probably not. Same thing with like, you know, any sort of like baking, cookies, brownies. Like I love doing it, but I hate having it around, so I don't. Though every now and again, like, I don't know, I've been getting craving for like oatmeal raisin cookies. And I really like making them, but the last time I made oatmeal raisin cookies, I broke 2 wooden spoons trying to mix my batter together. They were very old wooden spoons and they were on their last legs, but it was like, it just so incredibly thick that like mixing it just absolutely just destroyed them. They snapped. So I have a thicker one now that I use for stuff like that, but I'm afraid of breaking more utensils. One of these days I keep saying to myself that I should probably just like get a stand mixer, but I don't know. That sounds like a luxury I'm not ready to partake in yet. Plus, if I owned a stand mixer, I would absolutely be forced to just like use it to make cake. Ooh, Duck used a lot of gold feathers on that. So, I mean, he's got one left. I guess he can get some more elsewhere, but he probably didn't want to use quite as many as he did there. Thick like a bowl of oatmeal. Oatmeal and raisins. It's got me thinking now, what are your guys' favorite cookies? Like, I would probably have to think, because like I need like a list. There's certain cookies that, like, you know, I like, but I wouldn't want to have all the time because, you know, if they're seasonal. I like looking forward to having them in that season. A couple weeks ago, a coworker of mine who's retired now, unfortunately, she brought in snickerdoodles, and I'd never had like a snickerdoodle before, but that shit was like, you know, those were nice. Oatmeal chocolate chip. Oh, snickerdoodles. Peaches. But, I mean, obviously there's something to be said for, like, you know, shortbread cookies. But I feel like, you know, if I had shortbread cookies when it wasn't Christmas, I'd be like, eh, why am I eating this, you know? Pepper cockers. Those are a Finnish cookie. They're like a Finnish ginger snap. But they're good. Icebox cookies are like another one that I really like. But the problem with icebox cookies is you can just like sit and eat like a million of them. I was about to say 40,000 cookies like sounds like a really unrealistically high number for one person to eat in a lifetime. But then I just remembered how easy it is to just like slam a pack of Oreos. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I guess 40,000 isn't that bad of a number after all. I mean, it does seem high, but then you gotta think about, like, okay, well, how many days are in, like, a lifetime, right? And it's like, okay, well, you probably didn't eat cookies for, like, the first, you know, 2 years you were alive. Then we gotta think, okay, what, like, is the definition of a cookie? Because I'm sure there's, like, you know, what is a cookie, right? I mean, obviously, you know, cookies are obvious, but then there's, like, you know, other stuff. 2 cookies a day for 55 years. I mean, you could do it. That's pretty reasonable, I would say. And like I said, if you eat like an entire pack of Oreos, that's like, what, like 20 cookies right there? That makes up for like a month. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of dipping cookies in like liquid. I understand the appeal because I used to, but I just don't like it anymore. Whoa, what is this? Jumping off the branch instead of falling down to the walkway? I've never seen this before. Duck just blew my mind. And now I got cookies on the brain. But I don't know. Yesterday I had like a lot of Reese's Pieces, so I think today I'm gonna avoid sweet things. They weren't like regular Reese's Pieces, they were like the mini like baking ones, but still. Ooh, is Duck gonna land on the side of the nest here? I think he'll be fine, as long as he doesn't, like, hold directly down. Oh! Just barely made it over the lip. Now we got the patented duck dive, but it didn't work. Ah! Okay. Ah! Okay, I thought Duck was going off the edge there. That was pretty spooky. Uh-oh, this is just barely. I think if he would have went forward, he might have had enough height to grab the honeycomb piece, but yeah, better safe than sorry, I guess. Barely. Ha ha ha! My D. Alright. Swap over our audio here, just so we can hear Duck doing the soft lock. They are very sweet, but I don't know, I go crazy for peanut butter. Anything that's got peanut butter in it. Is it? Is there something that connects GDO to peanut butter? Peanut butter is very rich. And it's like incredibly like fattening. but it's the richness that like fills you up. Yeah, but we have Cheez-Its here now, so it's like, it's not a thing that'll happen again. I mean, obviously we don't have all the good flavors, but I mean, we have Cheez-Its, so. I've done a lot of really crazy things with food over the years. I mean, for a long time, before Cheez-Its was even like a thing, it was chicken nuggets. Peanut butter on graham crackers. Yeah, that sounds good. Kind of like a peanut butter s'more. Peanut butter, chocolate, marshmallow, graham cracker. Alright, let's see if Duck's RBA stands up to Asmi's expectations. Meanwhile, Trep. Still got Trep on the brain. Meanwhile, DeDeLux just opening up winner, so he's going to be finishing Click Clock. That's okay, it's a dead run. Whew, no eye jail. Oh, graham crackers with peanut butter on them? I mean, it sounds good. I have a bunch of graham crackers in my cupboard. I always keep, like, a box of graham crackers, like, on stock in my house, just because I went through, like, this phase where I would, like, make cheesecake, like, every week. It was kind of weird, but you know, experimenting with different flavors of cheesecake and like different, you know, ingredients and stuff like that. And so I went through a lot of graham cracker and Oreo crumbs. Good bit clip from DeDeLux. Yeah. I love those recipes that that you remember from your childhood. Things that you probably would never like make yourself unless you had like a specific memory attached to them, kind of thing. Ah. Frozen water cookies. For me, it's like just something as similar or simple as like Cheese Whiz on celery. Like, I'm not a huge fan of celery as it is, but you know, every now and again I get a craving for that, you know, feeling of being like you know, 10. Strawberry syrup infused pancakes. Oh my god. Sounds really good. I refuse to believe that that's not just like a shit post as me. Trying to think of something else. I can't remember like most snacks I had, you know, growing up, because a lot of the stuff I remember from like, you know, your lunches at school was all just like packaged shit that you remember being like, oh yeah. That, you know, you loved back then, but now you tried it once and it's like disappointing. Oh no, Dee Dee! Dee Dee's still at 0 lives. Who's ahead? Duck is very ahead. Oh, he only had 2 feathers too? I didn't see that. Yeah, Dee Dee's kind of been keeping himself alive by the skin of his teeth, but now he's... I mean... Because he still hasn't done the honeycomb room too, right? I hope he remembers that, having to like come all the way up here. Okay, he does. He knows. Hey, Rag. Something that I hear a lot of Americans talk about, that I brought up on the last stream, that I still need to try, are these Uncrustables. You know, people talking about, oh yeah, as a kid they were so good. But I don't know, I just never heard of them, or never saw them until just the other day. It's not about whether or not they are and aren't great. It's the hype, right? As far as I know, I've never seen them in Canada up until like a couple weeks ago. We have 2 flavors. One of them is like a peanut butter and jam, and the other one is like a Nutella, I think. It's like chocolate something. Those are the only 2 flavors we have. In my store, anyway. I think Dee Dee's trying to get all the health, but I think he's almost lost more health doing this than he has gained. Nostalgia is the most powerful hype there is, but I gotta say, remember a second ago I was saying you remember stuff from, like, you know, your lunches? Like, I remember I had Dunkaroos all the time when I was a kid. But I bought a pack of Dunkaroos like a couple months ago, and that shit does not hold up today. I don't know if they changed the recipe or I'm just not a kid anymore, so the standards have improved, but yeah, Dunkaroos do not have the same magic that they used to. We had 2 kinds. There's the chocolate ones, and then there's the, you know, vanilla frosting with the rainbow sprinkles. And I gotta say, both of them tasted bad. That's what I figured, Esper. Like, it's one of those things where you eat it and you're like, it has to be healthier than it used to be. It just has to, right? One thing I have tried recently that I still remember tasting exactly the same as when I was a kid is pizza Lunchables. Pizza Lunchables, I feel, have not changed at all since when I was a kid. I miss Lunchables. But then again, I probably don't. Alright. DeDeLux has left Click Clock Wood a sizable ways behind Duck. Whew. Every time people go for that last jump after the after using the gold feathers. Oh yeah, I guess you don't have any of this stuff here or there. North American fruit by the foot? Or are you talking about like fruit roll up, something like that? Mimo, please. Fruit string thing? I can't. Alright, we gotta be quiet for the Vile song.
On round one, we'll grab all of these items. We don't gotta fight him, he's real slow. That's right, on round one with Mr. Vile. Greedy crocodile doesn't make me smile. Going over round two, eat up all the yumblies, yumblies and not tumblies. Hey, let's go. Greedy crocodile, Mr. fucking Vile doesn't make me smile.
Same, as for same.
We're gonna eat up all the yumblies, yumblies and not tumblies. Do-da-da-do-da-da-do-da-da-dee-da-dee. That's right, he's Vile, the crocodile. He's a greedy croc, sucks cock, and don't make me smile. All right, now that time is running out.
At least Vile's wife is safe.
Cause I'm the better, faster crocodile. And he's stupid slow, Mr. Vile. Hey! Alright, now round two with Mr. Vile. Greedy crocodile doesn't make me smile. On round two, we'll eat up all the yumblies, but don't eat any grumblies, they'll make you sick. That's right, on round two with Mr. Vile. Greedy crocodile doesn't make me smile. Going around to eat up all the yumblies, but if you eat a grumbly, then you suck dick. Greedy crocodile, Mr. fucking Vile doesn't make me smile. Here we go, we're gonna eat up all the yumblies. Don't eat any grumblies. Do-da-da-do-da-da-do. Da-dee. That's right, he's still Vile, still a crocodile.
Yeah, I know, right?
D-croc, who sucks cock, and don't make me smile. Alright, now that time is running out. Mr.
Yeah, I thought
Vile
Mr. Vile sucked rocks.
I'm the better, faster croc. Mr. Vile, yeah, he just sucks in that cock, yeah.
What happened to Dee? A few things. His Freezeezy Peak wasn't like super terrible. Like he had really hot like snowmen going into the level, but his run kind of started to fall apart a little bit in Mad Monster Mansion. Just like, you know, tanked a little bit more health than he needed to. Missed Napper Skip. Fell off the roof of the church. A couple, like, you know, smaller things that slowly just started to add up over time. And then, yeah, there was a lot of RBB blunders. died once in engine room, then and then failed the void out, and then after that he missed the jiggy in the propellers and ended up drowning in the oil, so he had to do it again, and then just after that just a lot of thises and that's. Alright, DD jumped over that one note hoping to get that Croctus cycle, but didn't quite make it. Alright, after that wonderful serenade, asterisk, Duck's done with Bubble Gloop Swamp. Now we're ready for the end of the run, so not a super terrible run from Duck. He's only plus 114 on his splits, which is an excellent race time. Like, getting a 2:00 definitely feels good. I mean, obviously feel better if it was, like, you know, better, but as long as you're faster than your opponent, right? I'm sure one of these days Duck will come up with a round 3 song. Something to do with bad RNG. Finishing the round at the end of the finishing the round at the back of the room. I don't know, I think iCup's still got the record for greatest losers comeback of all time. Schlong did get a pretty free ride through his side of the bracket, though. With you being the closest thing to stopping him. But that's the fun thing about tournaments. Second and third place in that category are also iCup and iCup. Alright, no evil picture question. I mean, iCup's a good 2E player. You can't sleep on him. I would be confident racing iCup in any, like, established category, but when you're racing iCup in, like... When you're racing iCup in, like, anything that you kind of have to think about, like, he just kind of goes, like, super beast mode. Like, I always feel worried going up against iCup. How do you do that skip? Which skip? Yeah, look at that. DD's a P person. I feel that, DD, I feel that. Except he says teal instead of light blue. Or LB for short. Does the winner of this win a prize? The winner of this tournament does indeed win a prize. They win a golden 3D printed banjo statue. Second place wins a smaller silver statue, and third place wins a bronze statue that is even smaller. And fourth place, we're not entirely sure if they win a banana or not, but yeah, it's not real gold, it's just like a golden color. Pixel shows it off every now and again when he does when he hosts races. We assume it is a real banana, yes, but we have yet to see if it'll if it'll be a real thing. I'm sure there'd be some problems with postage on that, being natural produce, possibly having to cross international borders. But yeah, we'll see how that turns out. Alright, DeDeLux 1 health, but he's not gonna have a chance to do much after grabbing this Jiggy because Duck PayPal 75 cents. It's probably cheaper than 75 cents for a banana. Like, bananas are like 75 cents a pound or less. Did Duck get everything on the back of the statue? I guess he did. Yeah, he did. 2:00:24.92, but Duck has 1 second different. Let's go ahead and pull him in. GG's. Alright, GG's everybody. GG's.
GG.
Pretty solid run, Duck.
Thank you. Not bad.
I'm absolutely shocked that you don't have a third round to your vial. Oh, I gotta turn down your audio. There we go.
Oh.
I'm surprised you don't have a third round to your vial song yet.
It becomes a lot if you do all 3 rounds. I've never bothered.
Yeah. But yeah, pretty solid. You guys were pretty neck and neck up until Freezeezy Peak, but that was, you know, when the shenanigans started happening a little bit on DD's side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like a very near gold FP.
Yeah. And
That's very nice.
you had a near gold something else too. I remember.
Yeah, near gold mansion, near gold FP.
Yeah, it was mansion.
I usually have terrible mansions, so it felt good to have like a really good mansion. But my Mad Monster mansion early was awful.
Yeah. Well, it was. Yeah, DD saved a ton of time on you on that one because he got early frame, and then you got stuck on those 2 twirlies for like quite a while, and so
I got late frame, and then I was stuck on all the twirlies were bad except maybe the last one.
yeah.
But like I was stuck doing twirlies, I like almost as bad as if I had failed the first pause and have to redo the whole trick.
Yeah. I think when you were right after the cellar, when you were like climbing the weather vane to get onto the first thing on the roof, I think you guys were 9 seconds apart. I said at that point in the race, but
In mansion, oh my goodness.
yeah, in mansion.
Yeah, you brought it back with a good MMM early.
Yep. But then Napper skip happened, the church happened. there was a lot of stuff in MMM that I think you guys left MMM like almost 45 seconds apart or something like that.
And that was just the start of it all for me.
Yeah. And then
RBB
RBB was the coffin nails going in.
Yeah.
It was a death in engine room, tried to go for the void, but then failed the void, and then going for the propeller jiggy, missed the jiggy, ended up drowning in the oil on the way out.
So 2 deaths in RBB?
Yeah.
too. I drowned trying to get the propeller jiggy.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
It was brutal.
we were worried that we were gonna see a game over happening in Click Clock Wood because we were like, DD's on 0 lives and winner.
Oh yeah, and I've notoriously forgotten about that in the past. But
Yeah.
I remembered this time.
Yeah, but anyway, you didn't, because you fell out of the tree. You didn't have enough feathers to do both the clips anyway, so
Yeah.
it just happened
I,
to work out.
I had so many extra feathers. I was like, this winter's gonna be so easy, and then I like fumbled it so bad.
I in Gobies, I think I was on pace to have like a near gold Gobi, so I would have been like near gold FP, near gold Mansion, near gold Gobies, but I wanted to play it safe because so I wouldn't like die at the end with 99 notes.
Yeah.
And I like gold feathered the mummy in the water pyramid, but I missed him the first time, so I
Yeah.
had to do it again.
Yeah, I thought
But
you were
yeah,
gonna be pretty low on gold feathers when you missed the one note on the bear trap in autumn.
Yeah,
You had to jump
I just
back.
collected like a shit ton in winter
Yeah.
just to be safe.
That's what I thought you were gonna do. Oh, there was one more thing I was gonna say. I think Didi, you had a pretty good Gobies up until the end, though. Like, I can't remember anything rough happening in your Gobies.
Yeah, my Gobies was very clean, except for I think I fell off of 2 rings. And I think that like kind of blood.
Maybe because I remember you had to like go for the backup on one of them, and I was up until the end. I was saying.
Yeah.
Edie, what's your Gobi gold? Your Gobi gold?
I think it's a 954.
Okay, not bad. Yeah, I think I got like a 958 or something in this race.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
really good.
it was
Oh my
pretty sick.
goodness.
Yeah, Didi
Well, I
ended
had,
up
like, a 947.
ended up crashing on Gobi or on Grabba, and
Yeah, I like crashed and
Oh.
took damage with my beak bomb on Grabba.
Yeah, I have a 943 Gobies. My Gobies is probably like my best stage.
Gobies is a hard one to get good at. I
yeah.
feel like it's a run killer for sure.
I think it was a level I got good at because I kind of like developed the modern route for it. So I like grinded it a lot when I was trying to figure out the route.
Oh yeah, that probably like ingrained a lot of muscle memory and like
I was like, so
your
now.
Gobies knowledge is extreme.
Uh-huh.
It always helps being there from the beginning. You were there when it was created. You know all the thises and that's. But yeah, either way, pretty sick race.
Yeah, my goal going into it today was to make it so that if DD wanted to beat me, he had to PB. My goal was to make sure I beat DD's PB, so that would
Yeah.
be really hard for him.
And even then,
And you did do it, so you yep,
2:00 in a race is pretty good. So
that's very good. Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
a minute off my PB. It was pretty close.
Yeah.
That horrible mansion and clankers. They were the killers.
yeah, but it was I was forgot to say this before, but it was really funny watching you guys go through the first 3 levels because every time Duck was ahead from the beginning, like going into MM, like a couple seconds ahead, but only just a couple seconds. But it was, and then you guys got a little bit more of a distance at Conga because Conga was really mean to Didi. But
Yeah.
every time, like, Didi just kind of followed in your footsteps after that point. Like, every time you made a mistake, Didi just happened to make the same mistake. So, like, going all the way up through TTC, both of you guys had the problems inside Nipper. Both of you guys had... I guess at the end it was a little... Both of you guys missed the Jinjo, and...
Yeah.
And then Didi landed on the Jiggy in the alcove, so that was where that went a little bit. But then both of you guys got knocked off by the Chompas in Clankers, except Didi got knocked off at the very beginning, and then your like underwater cycle was like pretty good, so it like kind of made it better, I guess.
Oh yeah, I got the fast 2 cycle at the beginning, and then I failed bolt jump really badly, and I was like, okay, I'm only gonna miss 1 bolt cycle, and then I got hit by the Champa, like the one with the Mumbo
Yeah.
token under it, right above Snippets.
Yeah.
into the water. I was like, oh.
Yeah, DD
That was
saved.
like, that kind of killed my, like, that would be a reset for me.
Yeah.
If it was a real attempt.
Yeah, DD saved a bunch of time on you for that one, just missing the cycles.
Yeah, I missed a bunch of bolt cycles, probably like 3.
I'm
That's
bad on
brutal.
cycles, so I don't know how many, but I'll take your word for that.
Probably 3, because I missed bolt jump, which is 1, and then I was probably gonna get the next one, but then I got hit in the. No, maybe I missed 2, but I might have missed. Yeah, I don't know.
So, Duck, you're going to move forward into the winner semifinals, where you will be racing the winner of Jack and 7 Hornet.
Okay.
Haven't heard anything from either of them in a little bit in the Discord, so
They're both dropping out, and I'm going straight to the final.
hopefully we'll see something. If one of them says something, then we're safe, but who knows. Either way, it should be a good match, that one. And Didi, you're still alive. You'll be dropping down into the losers bracket to loser of 99. You will be racing the winner of Eric Sanks versus AO Chili. So whenever they race,
Ooh,
you'll be racing the winner of that one.
good race. Okay.
So yeah, do you guys have any last words for the race?
No, it was just a good race overall.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. DD, you know, valiant effort. You beat me in a race recently, so anything can happen.
Anything.
That is true. Yeah, I did have that like adrenaline from beating you in that one race. I could not carry it over this time.
Slapped my cheeks in that one, but you got your cheeks clapped in this one.
Yeah. Oh,
But
well,
you know what?
bring it
There
back
is
for the
still
grand
there's still
finals.
a final match that's got to be had.
Yeah, okay, we can break the tie sometime soon.
Maybe during finals. I don't know.
Maybe if you, yeah, get all the way there.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I guess one
Yeah,
other.
you gotta knock out Hag first. Hag's kind of on a tear. His PB's really good.
He's been playing consistently, really well recently. So
Yeah. All right, GG Didi.
GG.
Yeah, one other thing I gotta mention before we go off was your snowmen in FP Didi were like beautiful.
I was thinking the same exact thing. I was like, whoa. How am I
Beautiful
playing so
snowman.
good?
I felt like your snowman was like an experience, and like
Yeah,
your camera angles like coming
Same.
off your first 2 snowmen were like really weird too, but I don't know, everything seemed to work.
But it just was like bam, bam, bam. Like it was like almost no wait time in between. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky. Love that.
All right, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go eat some breakfast. Thanks everyone for watching today's race. There
Yes.
might be a race tomorrow. Pix will be racing Child of Ragnarok, but I don't know if we have a host yet for that, so it might be Saturday. But anyway, bye.
All right, see you guys. Thanks.
Bye.